KTSM 9 News First at 4:30 starts right now.
First at 4:30, do you ever dream of waking up with $1 million? I know I do. Well, that dream may have just become a reality this morning for one lucky El Pasoan who won $1 million from Tuesday night's Mega Millions drawing. And we have all the details coming up a little bit later in this newscast. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Skylar Soto. Thanks for tuning in to KTSM 9 News First at 4:30. In continuing coverage, the sentencing for Facundo Chavez still has not reached a conclusion. KTSM 9 News reporter Tani Davis is live from the courthouse with an update. Tani.
Skylar, the jury has been in deliberation since yesterday evening, but have still not decided on a verdict. Now, in the jury charge that the jury gets when they are in deliberation, they need to answer for two questions. The first one asks if they believe that the defendant would be a future threat to society, which all needed to be answered unanimously yes. The second question asked if there are any mitigating circumstances that he should receive life in prison instead of the death penalty. If any of the jurors answer anything other than yes or no, he will then receive life in prison without the possibility of parole. And like I said, we are still waiting to hear from the jury if they will have a verdict, but as soon as we know that, we will update you both on air and online. We're now reporting live from the El Paso County Courthouse. Tani Davis, KTSM 9 News.
Thank you so much, Tani. And a woman is dead after she went over a curve at an overpass in south central El Paso and crashed her car. According to the El Paso Police Department, the woman was driving at a high rate of speed on North Piedras Tuesday night. That's when she was unable to make a curve at the overpass, and the vehicle went over the overpass, landing in a dirt lot at the intersection of Durazno and Piedras. The woman died from her injuries that were sustained during the collision, and her age and identity have not been released by police. And in developing news, 4 people were injured in a 2-vehicle crash in West El Paso just after midnight today. The accident happened on South Desert and Red Road. The El Paso Fire Department responded to the scene where 4 people were taken to the hospital. 1 suffered severe injuries and 3 others suffered minor injuries. Texas DPS say the driver of a Dodge truck was fleeing DPS when he ran a red light, crashing into the driver of a Honda Accord. 2 migrants were taken to the hospital, and the driver of the truck is now facing charges associated with the smuggling attempt. And a 39-year-old El Paso man has been arrested and is facing 4 counts of aggravated sexual assault of a child. According to the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, Tony Rodolfo Ramirez was arrested on Monday after the Sheriff's Fugitive Apprehension Unit received an arrest warrant for Ramirez. Deputies arrested Ramirez along North Loop, and he was then booked into the El Paso County Detention Facility with no bond. And a 20-year-old man was arrested after police officers found marijuana and a handgun in his car. Angel Jackson was arrested on Sunday after he was stopped for a traffic offense. While speaking with Jackson, officers smelled a strong marijuana odor coming from his vehicle. Police say a K-9 unit responded to the scene and discovered marijuana and a handgun in the car. Jackson was charged with unlawful carry of a weapon with a $2,500 bond and possession of marijuana with a $50 bond. A brush fire destroyed at least 1 apartment building and damaged several others in the Austin suburb of Cedar Park on Tuesday. According to the Texas A&M Forest Service, the Palmer Lane fire burning north of Austin that damaged 4 apartment buildings. Officials say as of this morning, the fire was 50 acres and was 60% contained after firefighters made significant efforts. And in New Mexico, Las Cruces police have identified the person who was struck and killed by a train last Sunday in Las Cruces. Police say 42-year-old Ryan Carl Hill was struck and killed by a northbound Burlington Northern Santa Fe train near Loman Avenue and Amador Avenue. Police say the collision happened around 2 p.m. and foul play is not suspected in his death. Hill carried a Nevada driver's license but had recently been residing in Las Cruces. Now back to that trending story at the top of our newscast. An El Paso resident may have won $1 million from Tuesday night's Mega Millions drawing. According to the Texas Lottery, the winning Mega Millions ticket was sold at the In-N-Out Marathon gas station in Socorro, located on Alameda Avenue. The ticket matched the winning numbers drawn Tuesday night. However, it did not match the yellow jackpot ball of 14, which was the $1 billion prize. So a big congratulations to that winner. And today is Wednesday, and that means it is time for our small town spotlight. And today our crew is live from Old Mesilla, New Mexico, where they will be showing us around this historic small town. And that's where we find our anchors, Natasha Paloma and Andy Morgan, and they are joined by a special guest. Hey there, guys, what is going on?
Hey, Skylar. Yeah, we're here in Old Mesilla. You can see this little placita, beautiful placita behind us. And joining us is Lori Finley, and she's with Double Eagle. And Lori, for someone that's never been here to Mesilla, can you paint a picture of what the atmosphere is like? I know you said it's kind of like a little Santa Fe.
It is. It's just so quaint. You can come down to Old Mesilla and you can eat, you can get ice cream, you can taste wine, you can taste pecans. There's a little bit of something for everyone. The shops are just wonderful. You can get all of your wonderful gifts that are very unique that you can't find really anywhere else except here in the little shops that are just so, they're just so wonderful, and they each have their own little special thing that they can offer, and there's just something for everyone.
Lori, Natasha can attest to this too. I've been singing your guys' praises for those stuffed jalapenos that you guys do as an appetizer.
Yeah.
Man, do I absolutely love those. Those are terrific. But how much pride do you take having an establishment here right in the heart of Old Mesilla? Because I feel like that's something really, really special.
It is, and you know, I was born and raised in Las Cruces, and I grew up around Old Mesilla and coming and frequenting the restaurants and the stores, and to be able to be working in one of the just finest steakhouses in Las Cruces, I think is quite an honor, and I just love the family that we have there. Mr. Ritter, who owns the restaurant, is just the most wonderful man to work for, and he just takes pride in what we offer to our guests, and we have so much history in that building, and just it's just a really nice place that if you come to Old Mesilla, you definitely have to come in and take a look at all of the antiques and all of the features that we have, and the ghosts, of course, and taste the food. It's just fantastic.
All right, Lori, thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to have much more. We're going to show you the restaurant. We're going to have a story on that. And we're going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about that ghost story coming up in our 5 and 6 o'clock newscasts.
We'll see you then.
Andy, Natasha, thank you. And keeping with the theme, there's a cocktail bar out there in Old Mesilla, New Mexico that puts a local twist on classic drinks. It's Dry Point Distillers. It's in the heart of the Chihuahuan Desert and is serving the community. Take a look.
We produce a lot of spirits in-house. A lot of those flavors have been sort of informed by this area. So I make blue corn bourbon, and so we source New Mexico blue corn from a granary up in Albuquerque. It's all Native American owned, and it's all Native American farmers, and just they create a really amazing product, and so I use their blue corn in our bourbon, and that kind of gives a New Mexican twist to a classic American spirit. Me and my dad just started distilling as sort of a hobby, and you know, that kind of snowballed as we started experimenting with different local plants and vegetables and fruits that you can get in this valley. So prickly pear brandy and honey mesquite. I tried a red chili brandy, of course, apples and pears and peaches, and you know, everybody's got one of these trees in their yard that's producing so much fruit and they don't have anything to do with it. So we would harvest it and ferment it and distill it, and looked into some licensing, and we weren't too intimidated and just sort of fell in love with it, and so here we are.
Now taking a look at traffic through our TexDOT cameras. This is a look at bike count, and traffic is looking pretty smooth. And in this part of town, at this hour, this is right as we're about to hit our usual evening rush hour as people get ready to head home from work. And sticking with the roads, let's take a look at gas prices. The national average for a gallon of regular gas sits at $3.82. Meanwhile, in the state of Texas, the average is significantly lower at $3.45. However, it's not looking too good for us here in the Sun City, as we are seeing some of the highest gas prices in the state. The average here sits at $3.74. And coming up, if you're looking for a getaway, have you thought about taking a drive down to Old Mesilla? There's a grill and cantina that is a one-stop shop. We have all the details in just a bit. Then how providing a temporary home for a shelter pet can help them before finding their forever home. Thanks for watching KTSM 9 News First at 4:30, putting local first.
Call my office today at 915-544-5200.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderlands' only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Ah, yes, it's time for one of my favorite small town spotlights. Old Mesilla, Nuevo Mexico. Of course, being a New Mexican growing up in the beautiful Bosque Farms, Los Chavos, Peralta metro area, coming to Old Mesilla is like coming home to an old friend. And of course, does anybody in the world do Mexican food better than New Mexicans? Oh, I just stirred the pot right there. It's extra hot, isn't it now? Speaking of the heat, here's your forecast. We continue to add to our misery meter for 2023. 55 triple-digit days as of today. Of course, the old record, 62 days set back in 1994. We're approaching that record rapidly. 31 days at 105 degrees or hotter, and 3 days at 110 or hotter. Here comes your exclusive 9-hour forecast for Thursday. Pretty quiet tonight. Only the slightest chance of pinpoint showers, but tomorrow we'll have a good chance of the return of isolated evening thunderstorms. High temperature 102 degrees. Highs so far today: 97 Alamogordo, 98 Deming, 103 Juarez, and 100 Van Horn. A look at the satellite radar composite. We're more stable today, a little less moisture. We're seeing thunder showers in New Mexico, and we'll keep the slightest chance of a little pinpoint shower in the borderland before clearing skies tonight. Your allergy forecast: 7.2 tomorrow, 8 the following day. Your high temperatures for Thursday: 98 Alamogordo, 97 Deming, 102 for Juarez tonight, 72 in Las Cruces with a few clouds and a slight chance of pinpoint area showers. 99 the high temperature tomorrow with a muggy feel and isolated evening storms. 76 low temperature at the airport tonight with clearing skies, and then 102 our high tomorrow with evening thunderstorms. Only KTSM gives you 9 9 full days of weather. Slightly cooler on Friday with a high temperature of 100. We'll have a chance of evening storms through the weekend as well as high temperatures climb. 104 on Sunday, 105 and dry Monday. Very hot Tuesday and Wednesday with highs of 107. Well, it really doesn't matter how hot it gets in Old Mesilla if you're at the Cafe Don Felix. And joining me now is the owner of that cafe, Adriana Merrick. Nice to see you,
nice
Adriana.
To meet you.
Okay, so you actually were technically born in El Paso, is that right?
I was born in Las Cruces, but raised in El Paso.
So you are New Mexican.
Yes.
And when did you open up your wonderful cafe?
So my grandfather actually built the restaurant in '01, and
What?
we had, yeah.
Your grandfather built this place?
Yes, sir.
In '01?
Yes, in 2001.
Oh, 2001.
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, great. And tell us about your restaurant.
So we actually do a spin on traditional New Mexican flavors. We try and do a little different take on what you're normally used to.
Okay, what would I be enjoying right here?
So we have our carne asada taco, which is very common in Mexican food, but it has a cilantro crema on top, and that's also, of course. Oh. It's a black Angus skirt steak cut that we cut and cook right here in the cafe.
Yes, that's quite delicious. What's this one right here?
So that is a blue corn pecan chicken flauta. As you know, Stallman Farms is right next to us, and a lot of the farms around us have pecan trees in them. And so pecans are a huge staple.
That's quite tasty too. What are we going to wash it down with here?
So what's great about Mesilla is a lot of businesses collaborate, and we do a lot of things together. And one of the collaborations we're doing is a blueberry sangria with Old Barrel Tea Company that's right across the way from us.
Wow. Okay, you've got to come to the Cafe Don Felix. Adriana, thank you so much. We'll be right back. Fantastic.
Rolls or cinnamon rolls. Grandy's. You can't beat that.
Welcome back. With hundreds of dogs and cats in need of a forever home, an El Paso Animal Services dedicated foster is giving animals a temporary home until they can go to another family. And what's cool about this, it's a city official who's making it happen. KTSM 9 News reporter Jasmine Perry has the story.
One El Paso attorney is giving back to the community.
He's a good guy.
fostering four-legged furry friends from El Paso Animal Services.
Well, how hard could that be? I already have cats and dogs of my own. So I thought, well, sure, I can start off small with a litter of 2 kittens and see how that goes.
Fostering over 300 pets for several years, Deputy City Attorney Joseph Flores currently fosters 6 dogs and 3 kittens in her home.
Better experience in terms of like, oh, I'm in a house and I don't have to worry about hundreds of dogs barking all at the same time. It's just a few.
Telling KTSM each fur baby has their own personality.
Sometimes they're injured and they need a place to not be at the shelter. They can heal in a more relaxed setting if they're in a home. Some of them have an upper respiratory issue or sometimes some other kind of illness where it's better for them to be out of the shelter and be more comfortable, a little bit more relaxed.
Balancing her job and 4-legged friends, Flores makes sure her foster pups are her top priority when it comes to taking them out for walks, bathroom breaks, and feeding them. And with an overpopulation of animals at the shelter, Flores says she fosters the ones who are set to be transferred to another city.
They have a specific date that they'll be leaving, and the shelter has a good schedule where you take the animals in for their vaccinations every 2 weeks so that they go out fully protected, and if they have any other medical needs, the shelter provides as much as they can.
Adding that she usually takes the dog the night before.
And I give them the speech in the car on the way there. Okay, you guys are going to go to a great place. You're going to have grass. It's going to be great. You're going to be in a foster home where it's just you and a few other pets. And I tell them, you know, we did the best we could.
Jasmine Perry, KTSM 9 News.
Thanks so much, Jasmine. Now, there's a hidden gem not too far from here, and it's in Old Mesilla. It's called Hacienda de Mesilla, where you can spend the night, grab a bite, and have a drink. Our chief meteorologist, Monica Cortez, got a chance to check it out, and she has the inside scoop.
Offer. So if you want to stay here for more than one day, I have the perfect hidden gem. This is called the Hacienda de Mesilla Grill and Cantina. Let's go ahead and check it out. Come on.
Hi, Ms. Moreno. Thank you so much for having us.
Hi.
This is Jordan Moreno. She is one of the managers here in the Hacienda. This is such a beautiful place. Do you want to tell us real quickly what's so unique about this gorgeous Hacienda?
Well, we're one of the only boutique hotels here in Old Mesilla, and you can have an extended stay, you can do a staycation. We have a restaurant that's part of our hacienda here. That's what makes us very different from a lot of the places here in Old Mesilla.
Wow, well, not only do you have a beautiful installation, I hear your rooms are gorgeous. Let's go check them out.
Absolutely, right this way. All right, so this is our Hacienda King room. What's nice about this one is that it's super spacious. We've got these sautille tiles, the fireplace is in this room, and the best part is that the French doors open up to the Organ Mountain views and our pool.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Let's go ahead and check it out.
So this is the view that we have outside of the Hacienda King. As you can see, we've got the pool.
You guys have a
and
pool.
The view of the mountains.
Oh my God, this is so gorgeous. So it's been so hot, the pool is perfect so in this instance, this is a perfect place to get away from your everyday life. Crazy question. What if somebody wants to get married? Can you do that too?
We have events here. Our rooftop actually is just right over here, and we'll show you that. So we open this up on Friday nights, Saturday nights. We like to have some live music available on the weekends when we can. Obviously, it's been really hot.
Yeah.
Hasn't been available for often, but this is a great space for our events too. We have special events up here like weddings and receptions, and everybody, of course, loves our view.
I love the string lights. I feel like this gives the vibe at night. Just so beautiful. The Organ Mountains. This is gorgeous. I love it.
All right, Jordan, so I just dropped off my bags in one of your beautiful hotel rooms. I'm hungry, in the mood for date night. Where do I go?
Well, you can come right here into our cantina bar area. We've got a ton of custom drink selections and some great food. We've got some for you guys right here.
Oh my God. Okay, so what is this? Are these basically one of your signature dishes?
This is our pecan crusted salmon, and we have our artichetta skirt steak right there.
Oh, it looks so good. And your drinks too.
This is our strawberry basil mule. It's very refreshing.
Wow, that is incredible. All this looks so good. Your hacienda really has it all, doesn't it?
It does. It has a little bit of everything just right here in the heart of Old Mesilla. You come here, you stay, you relax. It's just this awesome spot in southern New Mexico, and it's just a hidden gem right off of I-10.
Well, definitely a hidden gem. Thanks so much to Monica for that. And we have so much more live from Old Mesilla, New Mexico, coming up at 5 for our Small Town Spotlight. And after the break, Robert has a look at your forecast. This is KTSM 9 News First at 4:30.
Learn how to beat the heat and higher bills at epelectric.com.
We're back, and today we are live from Old Mesilla, New Mexico, as part of our Small Town Spotlight and our summer series that highlights all the amazing small towns in our area. And our crew is out there right now. Let's send it over to Andy Morgan and Natasia Paloma. How's it going, guys?
Hey, Skylar, going pretty good. We're here in Old Mesilla, as you mentioned. You can see the placita behind me, that iconic gazebo behind us. And you know, we spoke to someone earlier from here who describes it as a little Santa Fe. And standing here, I can see so many boutiques. You see a clothing boutique, a tea shop. You can even see a jewelry store that sells that beautiful Native American turquoise jewelry. So it is such a special place out here.
Absolutely. When we rolled out this whole summer Small Town Spotlight series, I don't want to show any bias, but when we announced Mesilla, that's initially kind of where my thought process went. How cool is this episode going to be in Mesilla? Because you have so much stuff here that is so much fun to go to. It's one of my favorite places in the borderland to frequent. So really looking forward to this edition of Summer Small Town Spotlight that's coming up.
That's right. We're going to have much more for you here in Old Mesilla in our 5 and 6 o'clock newscast. We're going to see you then.
Thanks so much, guys. It looks awesome. And thank you all for watching KTSM First at 4:30. I'm Skylar Soto. Join us for our Small Town Spotlight in just a few moments.
Hair, makeup, and men's grooming sponsored by